Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're going to look at the SPY, the IWM, the Qs, CMG, JPM, Amazon, and maybe a couple other ones. We'll see. Let's get right into the SPY. 10-minute action. Today we actually left. I went golfing today. It's good to get away from the markets, especially when I turn my phone off. I go golfing. That's what I do. So we get back in the afternoon after Yellen's speech. Don't want to play that because that's just up and down crap as well. So don't get caught up in that stuff. But we'll use this for these pivots for resistance. We went short the SPY at the end of the day. It cracked the even number and went through that resistance right here. We took the trade at 210.95, covered half at 210.79, covered half of the half at 210.54. Tried to let a quarter position run, and every time you leave your money in the market, they like to take it. And then they are the other people trading against you. So when we're taking these trades, that's when technical traders are getting into this, and that's why it's pushing it back. So we're finding the reasons where the other technical traders are taking these trades, and it helps us. We want to be with the wind. We don't want to be against the wind. That's why we get in, we get out, and we on to the next one. So let's go to the daily. Again, we're doing a retrace, hit the 200 MA, just like in here, hit it, never confirmed. Below, turned around, went straight up. Same thing here, hit. Except this was a 1 day, and we filled the gap. We filled the gap. I think we just missed filling the gap. I'm not even going to look. But we got the bounce anyways. We're back into this area. If we confirm above the MAs, we're in a strong position. If we get above the all-time high and confirm, we're stopping out of the trade. We've been short the SPY. Just trying to get a little more out of it, guys. If it goes against us, it does. Oh well. The index has been tough to short, but at these all-time highs, you got to give it a shot. Let's go right into the IWM. Same thing, but this one was better. This one had the bearish pattern. Kind of have a micro bullish here, but then the bullish pattern broke down. And once it confirmed right here, it was fast tracking to the 200, and boom, it did. But this one didn't bounce as much. This one even flushed here. That was a real nice flush. So saved the day, got it above the 200 MA again. We closed above, so now we're above it. So now we're in a somewhat strong position, but we still have to get above these. If we do and get into this area, fill this gap, you can go short, use the all-time high as a stop out with confirmation. If you want to go less share size, go to the weekly and then have a wider stop in it. You can play it that way. We play 5-10% positions at StockBookie of our total portfolio. We do not use margin when we swing trade. Let's go into the Qs. Qs technically in the daily, it's not bad. It's not below the MAs. Technically, it's strong. But if the markets sell, we're technically strong because of earnings. We've had a pivot here. We had the gap fill right there. Right there was gap fill. So we had support here. Till we get below here, I'll be in a weak stance. We're above this and we confirmed. I think we can retrace. Either way, if it gets up into the gap fill, take it. Use the all-time high as a stop out and go short. So, and again, they'll all go up. They'll all confirm. So if you're in any of these trades, it's all probably going to happen at the same time. But we're going to see. We're going to follow that IWM. It's looking a little bit weak. But the Qs, not bad. Not bad at all. Just wait for the retrace. Look at CMG. A couple people have been asking me about that trade. We took a 6% position of our total portfolio. We closed above this all-time high today. But on a weekly basis, so on Friday, we're going to see where this thing closes. If it closes above that all-time high that we traded at, 734.50, on a weekly basis, then the following week, we have to close above that to confirm. So I got about 2 weeks in the trade. So we took a smaller position to widen our stop. We're thinking anyway 750, 755. If it starts getting up there, then you got to consider on possibly getting out of the trade and taking a loss. That's why we went a little smaller. We wanted to widen our stop. That's how we're working this trade. Some people you can confirm on the daily. I said you can confirm on the daily with a bigger position. On a smaller position, use the weekly and take a little more risk off the table and put yourself in a little better position just in case if the markets move up. But on the SPY, on the indexes, you got to stay strict with those, a little bit more strict, because we've been trading more of the equities, the ETFs, and we get a better result on that. The indexes, they just keep going up, but the individual stocks, ETFs, no ETFs, they're kind of tied in. But the individual stocks, they've been playing out pretty good for swing trades because they're doing their own thing. But again, if the spiders are going up, this is probably going to go up. You know, if it has bad earnings, you'll get a little bit of a downside, whatever. Not this one in particular, I'm just saying in general. So we're looking at that. Let's go to Netflix. Same thing. Let's go to the daily. We got above there. We started chopping around, a little bearish pattern. We closed below the 107.80. Now we got to confirm. Got a little bit of tails. 20 MA moving up. That could help save the day. But if we get below the 20, we're going to fill the gap. We'll bounce around here. And then we got a gap and some pivots. And this one's all right. Nothing to do here. You know, if you want to short, if it goes up into this area, great. If it comes back down, you want to start thinking this gap fill. But we'll wait for pattern. Netflix, nothing to do. We're not in a position in Netflix. Apple, same thing. This one is getting interesting though. You have the bearish pattern, and then you have a micro bearish pattern. So you have two bear patterns in here. You remember that trend line. We got above it, and then boom, it cracked right below it. I know it's earnings, so it's a little tougher to trade. But here's that trend line that was in there, still below and below the MA. So in a weak position, this thing keeps going sideways. It's gonna crack through this 200 MA, and who knows? I'm gonna say here, fill the gap, you know. And I really think we're going lower. I think we're going, you know, 104, 105. And that's if the markets sell. Again, this is my opinion. I'm looking at the charts. If it goes up into this area, we're going to short. We'll use the all-time high as a stop out, and if it gets above there, then we'll respect Apple. We'll reevaluate what we're going to do, and we'll wait for pattern and wait for a setup. That's how we trade at Stockbookie. Let's look at JPM. Same thing. We're in the trade. We're half out. Now we're just waiting for pattern. I'm hoping to get sideways action and get below these MAs. We got above it. I want to see this thing confirm. I want to see it close above this high right there. And then we'll talk. If it gets in here and fills the gap, even better. We're already covered half. We'll stop out if it closes above this on a daily basis though, because we'll just get out and take the loss. But actually it won't. Well, we already took half off down in here. And we'll see. We're in the money right now. We'll see where it comes back and where it stops out, if we have to. Let's go to Amazon and see what I'm showing you, everybody. I'm showing reasons to take the trade. I'm showing areas to get in. I'm showing areas to get out for losses. I'm showing areas to get out for gains. We don't care. Stockbookie, long or short, we just want to be on the right side of the trade. Amazon, same thing, just choppy. Nothing to do here. But if it keeps going sideways, we'd like to see it starting to go up a little bit. It's going to fill this gap, 20 MA, but it's curling up. So we'll see in the next, you know, couple days or so where this thing's sitting. And let's see here. Let's go Skyworks. This one, man, and everyone was just got hammered. Earnings report, guys, 50-50 shot. It was funny because it went up, or I think it gapped up, and then right when it just fell. And here it is. Don't play it. Everyone was like, "Woo, it's gapping up. This is so great. Oh my gosh!" And then all of a sudden it was like, went right into support. Now it's setting up to go sideways. You got the MAs curling down on it. Even worse. Probably look for a little bit of a retrace. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you what I'd be looking for. You got this pivot. You got that pivot. I'd be looking for a retrace up into this area. Possible short. You can be a little more patient. You know, that Skyworks, this thing, we've traded this thing a couple times this year short, and we ended up killing it. I'm not sure which area it was. Yeah, it might have been right here, because we took the trade, went into the all-time high, never confirmed, reverse, and look at that. We actually sold the last half at 100 right in this area, and it just kept going. Or no, actually, then it might have been this. Might have been this one. And then boom, 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 yeah, and then we took it off at the 50 MA, yeah, right there. So that was like an $11 trade. That was great. And then here we didn't do it, and then earnings. It was getting too close to earnings, so But if you want to short it, wait for a retrace or wait for it to get up into this area. You got this pivot there. That might be a gap fill as well, right in here. That's Skyworks though. But again, it's on earnings a couple days after. I would be waiting for setup, going back into the 200 MA, and I'd be trading it off of there long. So either way, long or short, don't care. Let's look at Facebook. Again, choppy, sloppy, had earnings, kind of started up, then went down, and then they boosted it back up and closed actually lower on the day. I think we're right around 93.76 was the bid, and then 93.80 was the ask. End of the day. So that's what I have at least. I'm on a level 2. Whatever. It was down a little bit after hours. Nothing crazy. But again, we'll wait for pattern. Hopefully we'll start filling gaps on the way down here and start getting bounces. Maybe around this 50 MA, right around the 85. If it goes higher, we'll take it on this gap fill. But right now we're waiting for a little shakeout here. People are still bullish on Facebook. Oh my gosh, it's going down. You got to buy the dip, buy the dip. So let it shake down. See what happens with this one. But again, we're still bearish on the markets. You know, looking at the SPY. And just going to follow this. If it gets above that all-time high, we'll stop out. And then we'll reevaluate what we want to do. Again, everyone, thanks for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. Hopefully this is helping some traders out there. And thanks again. God bless. See you on the charts.